Imagine this. You are 62, you've dedicated your life to your career. You've always had positive performance reviews, never once been terminated. Now, within months, you're forced out of one job and then get fired from the next before even hitting the 3 months mark. Yes, that was me. And today, I'm pulling back the curtain on what that felt like, what I've learned, and most importantly, how these lessons, rooted in evidence based theory, can provide a roadmap to lift you out of misery and discouragement if you ever face similar unexpected career setbacks. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Joyce Lee. Welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into my personal story of being involuntarily terminated at 62 and then being fired at 63 after decades of stable employment. My journey began just before I turned 60. I landed what felt like a dream job with a reputable company. I loved the work, building high performance teams and mastering agile project management. I also had opportunity to participate in leadership training courses. My plan was simple: grow here until retirement. Then the news hit. The company was closing the Ontario office. That means all the staff in Ontario would relocate to the head office and in another province, or we all accept our termination packages. I wasn't ready to uproot my life, so I accepted the generous 12-month transition package. Well, I took that as an opportunity and make the most out of it. I poured myself into my next move. That includes a 4 months of intensive career coaching services. That's part of the severance package. About I attended about 10 one-on-one sessions with a career coach, and she helped me crystallize my short-term and long-term goals. My coach wasn't just strategic, she was an incredible source of encouragement during that time. I overhauled my resume. They helped me update my LinkedIn profile, and I started to consistently send out at least 10 applications per week. All that hard work paid off. I had multiple offers. I chose to join this company. Let's call it ABC. It was a startup. I resonated with their mission and goals, and I had a month's break before starting work in February. I started as a remote project manager at this company, ABC. Despite believing in their mission, it felt off from day one because I preferred a structured and mature organization that has processes in place, but this wasn't it. However, still, I put in the hours, I worked hard, and tried to add value wherever I can. Well, like so many layoff stories, it began with a vague 15-minute meeting invite from my boss on a Tuesday afternoon. Well, I saw the ping and I immediately felt a knot in my stomach. You know that feeling? A small voice whispering, something is not right. When the time came, my boss and the HR manager were there. We exchanged brief, polite greetings. Then my boss delivered his short and direct message. I honestly only remember 5 words. It did not work out. That was it. An email came from HR shortly, explaining the logistic of signing off and all that. But there wasn't too much to unpack because I was there less than 3 months. After that call, I felt the need to move. So I just left the house, and it was a cold, crispy Tuesday afternoon on April 26, 2022. Well, as I walked, my mind was racing. What now? Am I ready for another job hunt at 63? What do I tell interviewers about this last job? Will they ever ask me again how I see myself in 5 years? The thought of more grilling interviews was haunting. After the work, I immediately opened my laptop and checked on my finance spreadsheet. I ran a few what-if scenarios and calculating my savings. And there it was, a quiet reassurance. I could afford to retire if I wanted to. I was really thankful for that. In those immediate hours and days, I felt everything. I felt humiliated, defeated, rejected, angry, ashamed, alone. A torrent of negative emotions, almost overwhelming. But what really struck me was how familiar that feeling of being alone and deserted felt. It dragged me back to my childhood memory. It could have been my second day of kindergarten. After the end of the class, all the other kids were picked up. I waited and waited, and until I was the only one left. No one came. A teacher eventually showed up and led me to the principal's office. I remember I just sobbed. I cried and cried. That's exactly how I felt on that Zoom call, facing my boss and HR manager. Like a child left behind, alone and deserted. In all my years working, I always received positive reviews. I had never ever been fired because it didn't work. That was completely new territory and it hit me hard, especially coming right after that termination of my dream job. Was this God's calling of telling me to follow my traditional retirement plan? No, I didn't sign up for that, so I struggled. This is where the self-determination theory became my roadmap. The self-determination theory was developed by Ryan and Detsy. The theory highlights three basic psychological needs, crucial for motivation, well-being, and ultimately resilience. Autonomy, competency, and relatedness. When these needs are met, we're better equipped to adapt and thrive, especially after challenges like job loss. Let's break them down and see how they played out in my journey. Autonomy is about feeling in control of your own actions and decisions. After losing my job, regaining that sense of control was paramount. For me, it meant acknowledging the raw emotions, accepting the facts, and then consciously shifting my focus to the future. I refused to dwell on the past or to ruminate over that meeting, that Zoom call. I decided to move forward. I regained control by actively setting new goals and committing to the hard work needed to land on my next opportunity. It was about choosing my path and not letting the setback choose it for me. Competence is about feeling capable, able to interact effectively with your environment and achieve desired outcomes. To rebuild this, I dug into my agile coaching skills, reviewing all the training materials to stay current. I revisited notes from my career coaching sessions, practicing those elevator pitch, and honed my interview tips. It was about reinforcing what I knew I was good at. But competence wasn't just about skills. I also reflected on the unexpected positives from this double termination. I finally understood what it felt like to be fired. As a retired counselor, I met many clients suffering from insomnia, depression, or anxiety after losing their jobs. My first-hand experience gave me invaluable empathetic insight into a phenomenon so many people face. That was precious. Third element is relatedness. It's the need to feel connected to others, to have meaningful relationships. Social support is absolutely critical for resilience. For me, this meant deliberately taking advantage of my off time to visit my grandchildren often, picking them up from the bus stop wherever I could. And their unconditional joy was a powerful antidote. I was reconnected with old colleagues, and I set up coffee chats and in person meetings with them. And there's magic in meeting them face to face. Each connection left me felt supported and energized. Being fired at 63 or at any age isn't the end of your journey. In fact, it may just be a beginning of a new chapter, one filled with unexpected clarity, powerful lessons, and newfound sense of freedom. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been fired, laid off, or faced an unexpected career disruption later in life? How did you cope? What did you learn? Did you seek out any resources like career counseling? And what was your experience? Please share your insights in the comments below, and let's create a supportive space for navigating life's unexpected detours. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more insights on navigating life's transitions, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Remember, keep learning. Change is rapid, and to truly live is to adapt changes for the better. Until next time, please take care of yourself, keep learning, and embrace the unexpected. Bye.